Okay. Welcome. Hello. Uh, Music is pretty loud for this game. I do need to raise my own. Yeah. No one here for me. I'm just going to be doing, my daily stuff for this game. And I thought, what better way to do it than to, I guess, stream it. Because Zach's not here. Yeah. I may actually, you know what I'll actually do? Let me go to live full real fast. I'm gonna check something in game. You may hear it. Gotta check some. Blah 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 blah. It's higher. Make this higher. Oh, ha 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 ha. You just have to check the settings real fast, and this will. I'm just gonna leave that. I don't wanna click something that'll kill my thing. Rock camera. Aim mode off. Yes. Okay. I'm very much. I don't need many other people to be joining me at least today. I kind of just want to chill and do my own thing. Ah. I'm able. I think this is something that I'm just gonna have to deal with, being visible to people. Boom. Okay. We're back. Hello. I'm just gonna do my daily stuff. If anyone wants to chat about this game or, you know, about literally anything, I am down to do such, because I know there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. Let me check to the. Okay, good. It's on the right one. So I'm gonna pull up my chat on the other side, because I know there's a lot of changes that have happened to this game. Some I agree with, some I'm like, I don't understand why you've made such a creative choice. So yeah, if anyone pops up that's a fan of this game, feel free. I am a fan of the Nikki franchise, so I am down to chat about it. I'm just gonna quickly do most of the daily stuff, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can clean up some things. And I'll play this for like a hot second. That was loud, wasn't it? Very loud. I like the idea of if like Mike or someone shows up and it's like, what do you mean this is the manliest game ever? And I'm like, yeah. Didn't you know? Hasn't it been told by you? I'm gonna quickly do these just so respect the people who sent them out. Let's go. These have been still a little buggy, which, I guess I can give my little over-under of kind of what's been happening with this game. So, I have been an avid Nikki fan since... Love Nikki. 2D1. And of course, like with most things, like, Nikki started off as a gacha. And so unless you, you can play it pretty decently if you don't put in money, but there are certain features that most gachas, at least of this caliber, have that it's just, if you put in money, you're gonna get better things. And that always, like, hurts a little bit, but of course, you know, games have to have a model where they, you know, return the profits that they put into making the game, or, you know, the cost of making the game. So I get that. But there were some features that it was clear, like, you would have the contest of dressing up against other people, and it was clear that if you weren't of the ilk to either have gotten the really cool outfits that you would have to pay for, or you just were incredibly lucky, then there was no chance that you were gonna win such a contest. It's either, like, or on the off chance that you just happen to get so freaking lucky that you made something that maybe appeared, like, in front of people and it was just good. The likelihood of you getting it is just incredibly low. So that kind of stuff was always, like, that's a bit of a bummer, because they definitely, there are other aspects of the game that I can tell that they were trying to encourage, you know, community, which is both, I think, like, a positive for whether it be, like, your business and as well as the user experience. Though at least personally for me, if user experience, like, you kind of have to force people to be part of the community aspect, even if they're, like, like me, who's, like, an incredibly shy person, or the community stuff, reflects upon people having to constantly be around. I was never an MMO girl, so I was never a part of those things where people had to constantly be online. Okay, so I did that. Do some animal stuff. So yeah, it was never a thing for me to have that. So I usually like doing things either with that person just brought up the Muffin Man. That's amazing. Yay, thank you. And the ones that I've been a part of when I was older, like more recently, ultimately people would never stick with it. And so you would be in a guild with people that just have been gone for like 3,000 days, you know, or like a crazy amount of time. Or you'd be in a group of people, like, unless you were on it every day, you were kind of casually on it, you'd fall into a group where they would say, we need you to be on every day, we're gonna kick you. To which I've had that experience, which was a bummer, because the game that I'm referencing that I went on is, I would go on it occasionally, like relatively most days, but then sometimes I'd go like a week and I would forget about the game. And then come back to it. And yeah, I got kicked out of the guild, and ultimately what it kind of came down to, what would have happened, and thank goodness they gave this option, even though it seems kind of, I guess, redundant in what it is, in that they would let me make my own guild and be there by myself. Because it's like, no way was I going to, I may have to lower that for, let me see audio. Okay. Let me see how loud this is. Oh, that's good. If this is the case, I can actually raise the volume of this a little bit. Oh shoot, what was I saying? Yeah. So I would be in the guild by myself. And, well, that would get rid of the problem of if you had no friends, you could just, you could still get the, it's not even benefits. You could still get the items that you would normally get via being part of a guild, though obviously it would never be as good because I think you get more rewards the higher your guild is, yada yada. So Nikki always had those. Then they came into Shining Nikki, which I was like, hell yes. There is a bit of contention between 2D and 3D for me, because I tend to love 2D. But the way they went into 3D, I thought they really spent a lot of detail on this. And it's clear that they're really trying to strive for something at least excellent visually. So when the trailer for Infinity Nikki dropped, I was like, whoa. I couldn't actually believe that this was going to be like an open world style game. And it's not surprising, or it's like, if anyone knows me or has heard my stuff, it's not surprising to hear that I'm a fan of Genshin and that this is like kind of Genshin style. You know, open world, like the way the quests are set up. So I was like, hell yeah. Dress-up game. Let's go. So that left me excited for this. Obviously, I heard like it would still have gacha elements, and I was like, okay, well, it's for free. Makes sense. To people who, hopefully you don't have unhealthy habits of, like, spending money on video games. If you do, I'm sorry. That sucks. But if you don't, like, I'm satisfied with normally what I can get with the game. If it becomes unfair, then, like, it does feel bad, but, like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna spend money on it. So we're waiting for this, and one of the biggest kind of, I guess, controversies right now with this game is kind of this update. Into which I'm going to say pros and cons and my own opinions on it. Obviously, pros would include, like, the co-oping, this whole new... The story segment in of itself is interesting. And I'll make note of it because it's something, if anyone's familiar with Nikki, understands what this whole story beat is. And it's really cool that this is now being introduced into the game. The con... Like, the very big con that I technically haven't experienced because I'm doing this a little bit differently, is that this whole story beat took over the intro of the game. And once again, I'm a little iffy on, like, the full details, but if that's the case, and I don't know, anyone shows up, maybe they can, like, confirm it to me. But if that's the case, then I find that a very odd creative choice. Because to people who know nothing about Nikki, this plotline does not really make sense. I guess if you want to, like, introduce it to begin with, maybe, but the setup that they had before made a lot more sense to me to introduce new players to. And then, like, after you get to, like, I don't know, you get to Flora-Wish. Actually, I think this would be perfect. After you get to Flora-Wish, then you can start maybe this sequence. So at least get people introduced to the game, or, like, after, you know, meeting, like, Dada or something like that, introduce this narrative plot point that they just brought in, and I think it could have done wonders. I genuinely don't understand why they did it. So it was kind of hard to kind of see why they did this choice and, like, people's responses to it, because I agree with them, I think, for the most part, and that... Also, why... I never understand the idea of getting rid of a bit of content, especially when, like, the content is, like, your tutorial. And people can live without having co-op for the start of the game, I would say. So that I'm, like, you know, tilt head question mark about. The other bit of craziness that this one I'm less on Infold side was the apparently increase in number of pulls it takes to get a complete 5-star outfit. Apparently, and I've, you know, maybe I don't know the information. This is just based off of information I know. In that they kind of just did it without telling anyone. And it's one thing for, like, so Genshin is, like, character weapons. So if you get a character, it'll, like, you'll have pity, right? And then you'll definitely get the character. Nikki's a little bit different because it's an outfit. So it's, like, 6 or 7 parts to get. Now, what they have done with, what is it? What they have done with the 4 stars, which is every 10 resonances guarantees a 4-star or higher. I think that's good. I like having that because, wow, sometimes the odds can really be not in someone's favor. And it just feels really bad then to have, like, if you pull, like, 20 times and you get nothing. And I'm trying to, like, and I don't know the numbers per se on, like, what's considered fair or whatnot for the number, you know, versus oh, I did that. I gotta go to the pets place. Versus, like, oh, you know, make sure it's, like, fair and stuff, like 5-star versus 4-star. But they don't have something where it says, oh, in every 20 pulls, or I think they might have before, but I'm not sure now, but in every 20 pulls, you are guaranteed a 5-star piece. And I thought that was fair. Because obviously, I guess the more I want, the more I can get. But even before that, with the amount of gems I was earning, it seemed fair. And I've been playing a good number of, like, gacha games where, okay, as a free-to-play player, if you manage to put your resources correctly, you'll probably get who you want, like, every other time. But when it comes to the outfits, this is a little bit different because not only sometimes are you given 2 banners with 2 different outfits, they also give 4-star banners, which if you stick to the 1 per 10 rule, I think that's fine. So far, it hasn't been too bad. I have been able to get, like, a good couple of 4-star outfits to completion. But yeah, with the thing of just changing it in the back, especially with kind of the type of game Nikki is, I would agree with other people. It didn't feel great. Now, I work with, like, a video game company, so I understand the idea of, like, retention, of trying to change things to, you know, fit player needs. So that's why even to me, this being, like, it being really weird of me saying that it's the creative choice to change Nikki's intro, Infinity Nikki's intro, is kind of crazy to me. Because the lore of Nikki is incredibly kind of weirdly deep and can get really dark. So I would say, like, starting off someone into the world of Nikki kind of lightly would have been, like, a much better idea. Look at me, I'm a dog. Oh my god, I have a hat! That's adorable. Like, look at this game. Look how cute this dog is. Like, they've clearly put in a lot of effort on the horse. They clearly put in a lot of effort to make things, like, really pretty, and I can definitely see that, and I appreciate that. Sheep. And so for some things, like all the bugs that have been reported, because having co-op in the game now is huge. But having co-op in the game, and someone had left a comment saying, oh, like, I would recommend, like, having a beta test before releasing, you know, a thing this big. And I'm like, I would agree. I don't know exactly what Infold's doing, but if you have that much bugs, I'm like, are you sure you like tested it before? Nice. I haven't been this dude yet. But got distracted. But the idea of bugs, I'm more willing to forgive, just because I know how hard it is with probably this type of game to catch up on. Obviously, the best player experience would be to not have bugs, but I don't know, I'm just much more forgiveful of those kinds of things. Did I get it? Did I win? Did I make it? Okay, I'm going to save up for these two. So I think that's the majority of Nikki, what is it? Infinity Nikki, I want to say controversy, or like kind of stuff that's happened. So yeah, bugs I'm more or less like forgiving. The change of the intro is weird, and I don't understand why they did that, and I actually think the previous one is better. For whether it be retention or whatever, based off of how they're doing the story, I think they could have totally found a place to introduce co-op at a more appropriate place in the narrative, and it would be relatively early, in my opinion. And then the pulling thing, don't do that with the pulls. Just if you want to change it, tell people, but then also admit that you're changing it. I definitely would say maybe, like, you know, people would be more reasonable with, like, oh, we think this is less fair. Like, why did you change it? You know, all that other lovely stuff. Where is this flower place that I remember seeing? Maybe over there. Let's check over there. But so many of the upgrades they have right now, like whether it be the dye system that they just introduced. Oh, that's the boat. That I like. Little bit, though it's a little confusing. I'm a little unsure on actually how, like, what dyes apply. Like, if you unlock a palette, when does it apply to another thing? It's a little weird. But the dye system's cool. The co-op, I think the idea of co-op's fantastic. Like, I can see they're really striving to make a lot of changes. Oh my god, you scared me. Let me try this other island over here. So yeah. Let's go. Look how pretty this came. And it's so bad sometimes though to see, like, we never know what the game creators are kind of like chatting about when they're making stuff. There's usually so many limitations, whether it be their own, oh, see, there it is, their own budget, internal structure, because sometimes people on the lower end have really good ideas about things, but the people higher up just sometimes don't have a good design sense, and they make the decisions, and that's kind of rough. And I understand user experience and wanting to be professional and making sure, like, why don't you take these professional steps? I get that. But, and I agree with petitioning when, like, things are really unfair. I think it's just being in the industry, you see kind of how hard it is sometimes, and you wish people gave you a little bit of grace, but there's some information we clearly can't tell people, so it's hard to explain why it's like, oh, someone complains about the narrative, it's like, hey, we actually accounted for this. We were just blocked by, like, the lead designer. Like, the lead designer said no to us, and so that's why we did what we did. gonna go back to the real world. I'm gonna go do some of the bubble season. I really like the idea of the seasons. Though, we just had Revelry season, and Revelry season, I think one of the... I don't even remember what they call the Wish Sprites said that this only happens every 100 years. So, how would Nikki justify having another Revelry season? I don't know. Am I gonna question it? Yes. I don't know. They're gonna think of something, I guess. But, oh my gosh. This is only... Like, Wishfield is only one part of a greater world that I've seen through Love Nikki, I've seen through Shining Nikki, that I am so excited to see. 100%. They go through really crazy stuff. You have, like, sci-fi. You have more, like, obviously fantasy. You have modern day. Yeah, this is as close as I will get to ever being a fashion designer. Not that it was never necessarily a dream, but it's fun. And I think that's the point of games, right? It's fun. What should I do here? Let's check our... Eureka. I may as well just try to do some Eureka stuff. Now, I don't know how much this will be, Oh. I've... clearly shows how little I've been paying attention if I seriously did not know these were added. Okay, well, we're gonna do this now. Yay for me. Oh no, I gotta... We're going. Oh! Sir, excuse me? I'm coming through. Whoa! I didn't die! Yes! Sir, let me through, please. Ooh. No, come back here! Alrighty, let's go. Oh, like they did their recent update with now pause, where am I going? No, did I really miss one? God dang it, where is it? Does anyone see anything? Mayday, mayday. Oh. Okay. Can't believe this. Where is it? Oh, I did get squished. Momo just. Oh! Can't believe I literally have to go backwards. Or I just missed it and it was like at the end. But god dang it. If I'm gonna make it all this, it's literally right there. Good job, me. That's 240. Let's do 240. Oh, I'm very excited for new Eurekas. Incredibly pretty. What was I saying? What was I saying? They added a new feature somewhere that I very much enjoyed. I don't remember. Blimey. Oh, no, I do remember. They allowed us to take off the... we can wear whatever outfit we want for the powers. The whim powers. That I thought was really nice. One, I definitely appreciate the original outfit. So some of them I actually have, like, semi the original outfits. And so... like, some people are like, well, now if you've disconnected it... Hold on. We're having a problem. Oh, no, come on. Ooh, rotating pillars. Whereas some people say, well, why, like, having those whim outfits is a little redundant now, and I'm like, I don't agree with that. I still really like them. Even the stuff with the color palettes, it's clear that, like, some of the color palettes, I think unlocking it with a certain tier makes sense. The only thing that I wish they had as, like, a base is that I would rather you introduce, or at least have some of the most, not basic, but, like, natural colors available from the get-go. Like, being, like, a dark-haired individual, I like having my Nickies, or some of my Nickies, be more, I guess, like me in appearance, so I want more, like, dark hair. And they do have one that's kind of like that. I think it could be a little bit better, but I guess, like, it's very, like, brownish, less, like, there's less, like, black options. But what we have right now is pretty okay. Oh! Sir, please. Oh, those are... Hello, you two. They're the end. Oh, the whim stuff is so pretty. Hopefully these account for, like, other matching stuff. I definitely need more. Okay, now that we've done that... Like, I do have a bunch. Then I have to... Recent in the opposite direction. Recent in this direction? Oh, there it is. Okay. Need to say that's a 5. It's also a 5. You know what I could also say? I could say level, not level, sorry. This is new. Let's check it out. Let's see what these look like. Ah. They're so pretty. That's nice. This kind of combines, like, the flower with the wings and stuff. Looks like little gems. What's the multi one? Oh, it's like all of the colors. Very nice. Okay, I think I only got like 2 per, if I remember. Ah, this was another one. Ah, wrong button. Oh, it's little birds. I believe these are supposed to probably reflect the new, you know, high-tier outfits. Oh, this one! Oh, I love these aesthetics so much. Pink fishies. Are these just different fishes? No. I was tripping. Ah, amazing, beautiful, lovely. You did great. Let's upgrade this one. I'll just quick. Yep. This is sweet and elegant. I don't know, John Smith. It depends on what it is. My chat is very much like you are very permitted to only do small stuff, unless you want to do it in our Discord. Our Discord's probably less extreme. For the love of God, B. There we go. I don't know why this keeps on... Like, there's nothing here. Does anyone see anything that says, you need to come look at X thing? Okay, Okay, at least it's stopped. It's not what I wanted to click. Cool, cool. You know what? It is true. I do not have my Discord pulled up. So if anyone is sending me anything on Discord, I genuinely do not have it. There we go. Okay. Oh, it was just me. Me and my thing. Okay. Well, thank you. Luckily, I also pulled it up on Discord. I also pulled up my Discord. I'm just gonna check. My pair pal done? Oh, it's not done. This is gonna kind of suck for me. Oh, did I get enough to do another one? Maybe I will be fine. Okay. Oh, is this a thing where someone's like painting a figurine? It looks very much obviously like it. Something inspired off of it? Hell yeah, let me look. Oh my god, like that is beautiful. Like made it from like scratch. That is gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. That is so amazing. Oh my god, I could never. I do not have enough talent to do this. I think what's really great about Nikki too is that I think even if you had made it like not out of clay, even if you had made it out of like fabric and whatever, Nikki does such a good job at showing off the textures that you could probably make like an actual cloth version of it. Oh, it's so nice. See, this is the kind of stuff I love. Yeah, the hair. Let me get to the hair. Because I see all of, like, the feathers. Oh, God. Like, each of them. Like, adding each individual, like, sparkle on, like, the spine of each of the feathers. Also, props to making hands look freaking nice. Like, wings. Think of the individual. And, like, painting the eyes. Do you know how tiny these things are? Oh, my God. Oh, and the hair is like, oh, it's each individual strands. This is goated. This is 100% goated. I like it. It brings like so much like creative inspiration. Thank you, John Smith, for blessing my eyes with that. Oh yeah, let me go make this. I'm gonna need to start getting some doggies. Is it? One of the ones that it's like somewhat close, is one of the ones that I've seen that I think you could relate to most was, I think she's a Japanese woman in Japan. She took a figurine of JoJo's and essentially painted over it to look like in manga JoJo. I don't know if you've seen that. If not, I could try to find it and send it to you. If you have, then hell yes. You know what I'm talking about. Hello, birds. Yeah. I just think it's super cool to make, because it's the idea of, and obviously JoJo has 3D models too, but it's like making 3D look 2D. That's really impressive. Very, very impressive. Like, those are the kinds of figurines I wish I could have. But clearly, making something to that degree of quality is very hard. And the figurine market by itself, ooh, I should probably speak to you and do your quest. It's kind of costly. There's also one clay sculpture. Oh, that life-sized? What, like... Is it also from Nikki? What's that? Go to... Serenity Isle. Started this quest. Clearly started is an understatement. I've only done the beginning of this quest. Like, because if I imagine, because it's one thing if it's like, what is it? Because Nikki stuff is like, I think it's not on another tier, but clearly Nikki level, like, creating a figurine and stuff is, really kind of, there's a lot of layers to it. But it depends on, like, I guess what I'm saying is it something that, it's like, a lot of fabric, a lot of things that it's clearly, like, kind of crazy? Yes, please. I'm interested in seeing what type of stuff it is. Okay, I am looking for, not you, but did I finish this? Sure did. Give it to me! Thank you. I'm trying to do not this. Trying to do this. Oh! Okay. I think I have seen this. Like, and unironically, this specific video. With this, like, type of JoJo sculpture. I don't know if I don't remember watching it. I think I remember seeing, like, a picture of it. She's doing the whole 9 yards. Look at those abs. There's, like, 20 abs. Because it's like, JoJo's clearly not anatomically correct, but that in of itself sometimes makes things harder. Right? Because anatomy, realistic anatomy is... There's like a formula almost. You know what to expect. But this is like... JoJo's got its own anatomy. Yeah. Hell yeah. Speaking of JoJo, I will be getting to this part 3 soon. So it'll be cool to see this guy as a character. That's really cool. Oh my gosh. I would be like half her height. This JoJo figurine would be like twice the size of me. That's really funny. Oh, that's so good. Thank you for sharing that with me. That was... Okay. So... The Thud Squash Nest? So I'm looking for a little guy, is what I'm hearing. The most that I've gotten figurine-wise are ones by a brand called KaelPixel. So, and I am a fan of life-size stuff, but the likelihood, the most you're gonna see is, there it is. The most you're gonna see is, so cute. One of the biggest things you'll see is, Funko Pops. And I'm not the biggest fan of Funko Pops, just because, and not for, like, any kind of weird reasons, or, like, ethical reasons. It's just, for me, because, like, 80% of, Funko Pops are from, like, anime. And I think one of the biggest things for anime is its distinctive style, along with, hello? Oh, I was like, excuse me? Is that it's the anime eyes. And Funko Pops just, like, completely, the anime eyes are not a thing. And I was like, I want my anime eyes back, please.
I'd love a life-size figure in all my favorite characters, but I don't live in a mansion. True, true. I guess I should specify. I like tiny figurines. Yeah, I think Funko Pops can look okay. Like, I have a Funko Pop of Kirara from Inuyasha, and that doesn't have Funko Pop eyes. So it looks just normal. Which those I'm fine with, but that's what I like about Q Poskets, is that it actually has anime-looking eyes. Besides that, though, being in America, you don't really have the same access to figurines as easily or as high quality as in, I think, Japan. So not only is my space kind of limited, so is my bank account, and, like, my willingness to purchase things that look... It's not subpar, just not how I like them. Come on. Throw yourself, Nikki. Got it. How sick the water is. So yeah, your statement, John Smeathy, I'm basically along those lines. I'll make my own when I got money and living space figured out as a hobby. See, what you're saying is you have enough dedication and probably talent to make your own. Which, props to you, man. Okay, props to you, dude. It's, I could probably not. I have a couple of, hobbies that I basically need to motivate myself to even do, so... Resin printing and airbrushing. Oh, I also don't have a 3D printer. If you actually... I think 3D printing actually has made it a lot more accessible, which is really nice. Pink bubble pool. I have no talent. I'll probably just make... yeah, once again, props to you. Yeah, as long as you're having fun, man. Heck yeah. There it is, I saw one. Hello. Luckily for me, too, the only reason I'm also playing this game right now is also because I'm able to play this game on my iPad, but I play it on the PS5 because the graphics are so lovely that I prefer to play it on the PS5, but the graphics on my computer are also dope. So, I'm very happy. I'm chill with playing this game right now. I have no talent about... Oh, never mind. That was the same thing you already said. And anyway, you could get better. That's always the nice thing. You can always improve. In the box. I paint Warhammer stuff, but I don't like big military guys. You like anime thighs? I understand. I understand completely. Anime thighs. What is this sparkly? Garden patch state. Okay, calm down. I'm invoking things that I don't want to be a part of yet. Once again, I'm also, because of my space, I'm particularly picky. Like, my Q Poskets that I currently have are from Hunter x Hunter. But that's because I was in shop and I saw both Killua and Gon together, and I was like, yes, I'm getting this. But as for, like, other characters, I don't really know who I would want. Well, they're going insane. What happened to y'all? Oh, they're doing it on purpose. We're fine. The game's not crazy. Like, I would definitely... Like, I have a bunch of favorite anime, so that's why I'm like, I don't know what I would... What would I, not sacrifice, but, like... What would be the anime I would take from to, like, fill up the limited space I have? I am not sure. 10 take snapshot at the switch and swish craft. Water fountain. I don't have that. Sunbathing. Ooh, end goal. Let's see, end goal. Well, first and foremost, that's near. I missed this one. I don't remember seeing this Nier one. Nier is pretty cool. You get a lot of thighs with that one. Would you have a life-sized Nier, John Smith? Oh, and it's without her skirt. Scandalous. I need it on my shelf. Oh, see, like, this is cool. This is kind of like, you could 3D print this. I'd love to, but I probably wouldn't. Just imagine you have, God. I always forget. Oh, 5 seconds. Okay, I was correct. 2B. I always forget, like, who's a suit. You'll have, like, 2B, like, right in, like, the start of, like, someone opens the door and they see 2B just, like, without her, like, the bottom half of her dress. People would be like, great conversation. I mean, it is a You know what's crazy, too? Nier Automata, specifically, is such an interesting game to talk about. It's a really interesting game to talk about. So, unironically / ironically, for multiple different reasons, if a life-size 2B model without her skirt can segue into talking about Nier Automata, you're right. You're right, John Smith. If they know her, they'll be like, dude, that's amazing. Otherwise, it'll be really weird. I think the latter would normally happen, but I like this Zenless on Zero thing too. Is also really nice. I like stuff that's dynamic, right? Because it's one thing to just have the character. It's another to have the little extras around her too. And it's just good quality, man. Okay. Back to game. Man, I'd like stuff like that. So cool. Not the life-size one. I also do not live in a mansion. What did I say I was going to do? Ooh, I was gonna try this. Hello, Auntie Generous. It's a sexy retro. Let's see what I can blow up. There's also a more lifelike style for smaller figurines. I'll send one of that to show you how the experts. Cool. Yeah, I'd like to see it because I like. I do like these. I just want them to be not like super tiny, you know. That's why I tend to be like I don't mind chibis, because you can have them be a little bit bigger, but they're like kind of cute, I guess. Sexy and retro. These titles make no sense here. Oh, I can for sure do you 10. All right, lay it on me, lady. Let me see. Let's make sure I'm keeping up with your stuff. Start this challenge. Don't we just love these outfits? I'm just gonna let that play. That only got us 9K. Oh no, I'm not sure if I'm gonna win this. This hurts my heart. Sometimes I don't understand how this works. Okay, well, I failed again. Sad. I wonder if I can do the next one. This one. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. That's a little bit better. Hell yeah! get us up there. At least maybe great. You know what, never mind. I can dream, but maybe I won't, like, actually get it. I don't think she had a... Yeah, this last one didn't have the pattern. I really don't know how to do the pattern. They use magic to do their... This actually looks stuck. Oh, super nice. I'm gonna have a sip of my drink here. Nom 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 nom. I was asking myself why this matcha latte tastes so good. Then I realized it has whole milk in it. I was like, well, that definitely does change things. Honestly, I'm probably happy doing this part of the story stuff. I need to get up there? Whole milk, yes. Whole cow milk. Which is not something I have that often anymore. I mainly either have low percentage milk, or I have oat or like soy and stuff like that. Is there such a thing as whole like soy or whole almond or oat? Did I say almond? I meant oat milk. Man. Where am I going? Quest? Hello? Interlude chapter. Doing that. I don't know why I put them there. I only have lactose free because I like the real milk. See, yeah, so a lot of people, like, you know, get more, you know, lactose intolerance the longer they go. So it's like, fair. And that's, I probably have like a mild case of it too. So that's why, and plus it's not as like.
The collection was a success. The bubbles are silky and smooth. Perfect cleansing lotion ingredients.
Because it's like, you know, more fat in it. But it tastes so goddamn good. I'll only have it rarely. Oh my god. Oh! I barely have it. I can eat cheese and milk products. Luckily, we also have, what is it, lactate or something? So people who need help can get the help. It's just whole actual milk destroys me. It's like a final boss, John. See the way you described whole milk.
Well done. Once this old PC retires, you youngsters are...
Come on, Tara. Quit messing around.
It's like a
retiring
demon,
for
right?
years.
That it's like tempting you. It's just like, hey, I, not weird way at all, taste delicious. I satisfy a craving that you not always want, but then like happens out of nowhere. You can combine me with like other flavors and I'll be even better. And you're like, no, demon, stay away from me.
Hey, don't be cheeky bootsy. If you all didn't insist on nominating me every time, I'd have stepped down ages ago. A human! An actual human!
Nikki, Momo, you're here! This is Tara, head of Silkville and the most formidable scrubbing champ on all of Serenity Island.
Voice
Tara,
acting in
nice
this
to meet
is usually really nice. And I'm not saying it's not nice. I just find it really funny that some of these creatures, like, they look like this, and then they'll have a real deep voice. I'm just like, whoa.
Scrubbing champ? That sounds impressive.
That's right. Back in my prime, no one on Serenity Island could outscrub me. Any PC who entered my bathhouse couldn't leave until their fabric was spotless, their threads smooth, and their colors vibrant. How about this? Why not hand Momo over to me? I'll scrub his front paws, then his back paws, his back, and his belly. Even his little toes and the tip of his tail will be spotless.
Well, Momo?
Ah, no
thanks. I may not be a full cat, but I also really don't like baths.
Shame, Momo.
Tara, you're going to scare a guest like that. Besides, didn't I just tell you? I have something important to ask you.
Is this the voice? This voice actress reminds me of... What is it? Powerpuff Girls? Like Bubbles or something like that.
Yes, you're right. Business first, then. Business. About that puppy PC you've been looking for. I haven't seen him. Normally, all the village's infected PCs are given rainbow spring water therapy, and there haven't been any puppies among them.
Puppies.
Huh? Could he be from that weird group? The ones who refuse to bathe after getting infected? The somethings.
There's somethings.
Hey, quit talking nonsense, Bootsy!
Huh? Isn't bathing a major tradition in Soakville? Why would they...
Well, some of those infected PCs have started experiencing
Hallucinations
and causing a bit of a ruckus. It's nothing serious. Don't worry.
That rainbow spring water therapy, is it specially made to cure dirty thread disease?
That's right. Centuries ago, there was a massive outbreak of dirty thread disease.
Oh
Nearly every
my
resident
God,
of
John
Serenity
Smith.
Island fell ill.
I just turned to see... Okay, I see what you're talking about. Life, like realistic models. I guess I should also add a clarification to my previous statement now that you've shown me this. When I say realistic, I meant realistic to said anime character. But I understand what you're saying here too. Okay? You're right, it is peak Gunnar content. It's impressive though. Anything of a small scale, if you can get realistic to whatever the style is, whether it be realism or animation, you know? Oh my god. To me though, the more realistic you get, the more weird it is for me. But you know, like, you know, to each their own, you know? I'm just like, look, I'm like, okay, you've chosen like a relatively benign one. She's in her swimsuit. And then I turn and I see one in lingerie. Okay, we got it. We're a little crazy here. I guess it's the thing of eventually someone's gonna make something.
Thankfully, the Guardian saved us. He left behind 2 nuggets of wisdom, one of which was rainbow spring water therapy.
The Silver Gale's gift, the source of the rainbow. Serenity Spring cleanses all contaminants.
Back then, the legendary Serenity Spring flowed with rainbow spring water, curing everyone and restoring peace to Serenity Island.
Hell yeah.
What an amazing story. So, can we speak to the PCs undergoing therapy? Maybe they know that infected puppy PC.
They're still in therapy.
They're shoved into a room and not let out. They're in like a holding facility.
Once their fabric is fully restored, I'll definitely let you meet them and ask your questions. Anyway, my esteemed guests, as the saying goes, even the busiest PC needs a good scrub, and even urgent matters require rest to complete. I've prepared a thuddy squash cabin just for you. Bootsy, you're in charge of showing our guests around Soakville and ensuring they get a proper rest at the cabin.
Leave it to me. Nikki and Momo, you two follow me. You'll have a fun and relaxing time for sure.
No one ever mentions that any PCs that arrive here never leave. I wonder if they're assuming that we're just, like, here forever now.
Everyone in Soakville lives in these thuddy squash cabins. Sit just outside your door, sunbathe, and enjoy a bubble bath. How about it? Sounds relaxing, right?
I think I'd be pruny.
Welcome to the Soakville Bathhouse, our favorite spot to relax and bathe. The bathhouse is run by Granny Bubbles. My friend Murmur works here too.
Cute. Very nice. Who doesn't love bubbles?
Every time I see rainbow spring water, I think of the Guardian. According to the legend, the Guardian was a PC revered by all. He is brave and responsible. But after leaving behind those 2 nuggets of wisdom, no one knows where he went. Only some legends remain.
The idea of like a nugget of wisdom,
I
like
almost forgot to
someone
show you.
hands you like a
Look at
chicken
those
nugget, it's like,
legends.
here,
That's
my
High
son.
Stone Tree.
Here, have my
There's
nugget of
another
wisdom.
village on top of High Stone Tree called Steamville.
Steamville? So there are 2 PC villages.
Hey,
Oh,
Murmur!
well,
Over here!
Oopsie.
These are my new friends, Nikki the human and her companion Momo.
I want that as a D&D item, a nugget of wisdom, like a chicken nugget that you eat and then you get wisdom. Well, you're welcome. There you go. You could add that, homebrew that into any future campaigns you want. Oh, man.
Hello there, Murmur.
Just imagine there's like a like a mythical, not even maybe there's a mythical, like it's, you could think of it as like a modern day ice cream truck, but in reality it's like a McDonald's, like on wheels. And when you go up to, you can only order one thing, and depending on what you order, they'll obviously give you what you order. But like the stuff that accompanies what you order, like these meta kind of things, like if you get chicken nuggets, that's nuggets of wisdom. If you get fries, I don't know. I'm not smart enough right now to think of what other stuff I could give you. But like, imagine the idea, like you're in this fantasy land, and then you just hear you see a McDonald's like food truck. A physical nugget of wisdom. After consuming it, you auto-success 1 wisdom saving throw, and you have an epiphany of an old nugget guy giving you wisdom. That's really funny. That's good too. I like it, because I think some people would think like a nugget as in like stone or something. I like a chicken nugget of wisdom.
Hang on. How come you're not at the Soakville bathhouse, Murmur?
I had some personal matters, so I took the afternoon off. But don't worry, I put the cleaning brushes in neat rows and filled the cleansing lotion bottles all the way to the top.
What I love about games like these is that they also reuse voice actors. Her voice was also familiar to me. I can't place it though. I would have to listen to it more.
And you scrubbed every PC nice and clean?
Yes, I made sure everything was ready before I left, so I could take off from work for a bit.
Wings of Flight, like Skyrim.
Are you okay, Murmur? You're acting strange today.
Yes, yes. I mean, I actually don't know how many people they reused in Skyrim.
It's just, I promised Granny Bubbles. I promised her I'd hurry back because the bathhouse has so many guests lately. It needs more
Genshin
rainbow
does that
spring
too.
water and more
Genshin
hard-working
reuses
PCs.
VAs.
I'm sorry. Bootsy, Nikki, Momo, I've got to go now. I need to get back to the bathhouse to help Granny Bubbles. Bye. Bye-bye. Have fun.
What in the...
Skyrim has like
so
3
weird today.
voice actors. How much were they paid, John Smith? Because it must have been god tier. Or ironically, it was the creators. The creators themselves just voiced.
Does
We're
Murmur
like, you
always
3
act
sound
like
good.
that?
She's completely different. Murmur doesn't normally talk that much, but today she met 2 complete strangers, a human and a Momo, and said over 5 whole sentences.
Skyrim voice would be so bad if it wasn't for the insanely talented voice actors doing many voices. Yes. See, that's ooh. I agree. One, I don't think necessarily, like, God, that would be overworking, like, a lot of people. Not a lot of people. You'd be overworked with how many people you'd have to voice. So in that case, it's, like, normally better to have a variety of voices, but man, it sounds like they came in clutch.
Murmur's normally a quiet PC? That really is surprising.
Yeah, she acted more like her old self just now. She used to always be a bit shy, but was eager to help others. And when she was happy,
That's why I
she
like
would chatter
voiceover work. Like, it's
nonstop.
so cool, VA stuff. And, like, VA stuff, in my mind, it's in its own category. Like, as long as your voice fits, I think you're totally fine to voice any character.
But after that thing happened, Murmur has become more and more reserved.
And what was that?
Well, a long time ago, before the Bathing Bliss Festival, there was a cave-in at the Steamville Crystal Salt Cavern.
You know, in Oblivion, they gave them the lines in alphabetical order instead of order of dialogue with context. I've been hearing about Oblivion. recently because my friends have been playing it. That's crazy. And just imagine that, like, because the voice actors just have to go with what's given to them, right? If in context would make much more sense than alphabetical order. What the heck are they doing?
Unfortunately, Murmur was there and got trapped. She was missing for several days. We were all so worried. Luckily,
That's good.
How are you supposed to, like,
out okay.
not give the emotion? Yeah, how are you supposed to understand the emotion without, like, the context? Well, hopefully they never do that in the future.
yeah, but the experience left Murmur shaken. Afterwards, she started talking about strange things. Everyone was a little put off. But I thought the strange things were fascinating, even if they were just hallucinations. I even asked if I could write them down, so I could turn them into
funny,
a series of novels.
But bad voice acting can, like, just take you out of an experience. Most of the time, you are able to turn it off, though. So, luckily, in case something really sucked, you could just be like, not today. Not today, Satan. And then, just turn those off so you don't have to hear the goofiness. It's kind of like, not that this game was any, like, anything serious, but if you remember, like, Choo Choo Charles and, like, the voice acting in that was very befitting, or fit very well with what they were trying to do.
But Murmur hasn't talked much since. Maybe she stopped because nobody believed her stories. After that, Murmur became less cheerful. She often went off alone to the Guardian statue, hugging a whistle and staring vacantly. Sometimes she spent all day doing it.
Seems like it had a big impact on her.
Yeah, but it's okay. Murmur was really talkative just now. Maybe that's a sign she's starting to feel herself again. After that incident, Murmur became very interested in all sorts of legends. Stories about the Guardian and humans. Maybe she was excited about seeing a living human for the first time. I'm going to compile the stories you've told me and the Guardian legends I've already collected. Then I'll give them to Murmur. I'm sure that'll make her happy.
Great idea. In that case, let me tell you more stories about humans.
Let me tell you about all the crazy human stories. There was a bunch of people on a boat. Oh. Hello? What's happening? Game. Hello? Did we do it? Did we win? I guess we told stories. Never mind. Maybe we don't have any human stories. Will I go ahead of you? Are you stuck on... Okay.
Here we are. This is the Thuddy Squash Cabin Terra prepared for you.
Wow,
She's not big on managing village affairs, but when something needs doing, she's super efficient.
All right, Nikki. We get to stay in a Thuddy Squash cabin.
I don't know, Momo. Do I look like I would fit in there?
What a cozy cabin. Thank you, Bootsy, and thank you, Tara.
You're the most
Oh, never
special
mind. That's
guest
like
those villas
huge.
had.
Okay, never
You
mind.
can
We're
rest here or
fine.
explore the village as much as you like. Just don't wander too far. Leaving the village might cause problems.
Sounds like someone's hiding something.
Huh? Is it dangerous outside Soakville?
Well, usually it's super peaceful, but the path leading to Steamville has been broken recently. And there's the dirty thread disease issue. Everyone just thinks it's best to stay cautious. Besides, Serenity Island hasn't always been so harmonious. A long, long time ago, during the Great Mending Era, there were a lot of injuries. Everyone had to work hard together to mend their terrifying wounds.
I see him. Let me tell you a human story. Have you ever heard of John Madden? Honestly, I saw John and was like, let me tell you a human story. Have you ever heard of a man named John Wick? That would have been freaky. That would have been scary.
Which was truly awful. Without the Guardian's wisdom and the Silvergale's protection, I don't know how we would have gotten through it.
I didn't realize...
There you go. You see these stuffed animal characters? They're talking about war, okay? They're talking about getting injured in wars, okay? Mickey's not afraid to freaking kill people.
This Guardian seems to be an extremely important PC.
Of course! According to the legend, he drove away a massive S-Ling that attacked Serenity Island, divided land for the villages, and even hosted the very first Bathing Bliss Festival.
That sounds like one busy PC.
Each version of the legend tells the story a little differently. When I was helping Murmur collect the stories, it was a real headache. Regardless of the version, he's always praised for his courage, and all the stories end the same way. After leaving his wisdom, the Guardian just mysteriously vanishes forever.
He got destroyed.
Earlier, Terra mentioned the Guardian left 2 nuggets of wisdom.
Nuggets!
What was the other one?
Ahem. The Guardian said, "Never set foot upon the misty peak, nor stir the silver Gale from his sleep."
He's probably on the Misty Peak.
So on Serenity Island, the Misty Peak is strictly off limits. No one's allowed up
He's
there.
probably living in a giant, like, mansion up there.
The elders say it's because the sacred silver Gale lives up there. But some of my friends are in the PC Adventure Club. They think it's because they're an S-Ling that eats PCs!
Well, send us there. We'll kill him.
Did I scare you? Don't worry, it's just a legend. Alright, I've got to help move some bubble essence. That's a super important ingredient for the cleansing lotion. I'll also drop by the bathhouse to check on Murmur. You two get some rest.
Oh, right. Turn my butt right around. I got you, you bastard. Look at you hiding right here. How cute these are. Disappeared. That's me into this human-shaped
Nikki,
house.
do you want to look around some more?
Oh, you know what? That's
still-
probably
okay.
that's probably smart. Let's look around. Okay, time to go do illegal things. Oh, treasure chest. There a tiny... Look at someone else's. Oh, that's really pretty! Good for you. Oh, man. I gotta pay attention. Hold on. Oh, God. Hold on. I gotta check the... You also sent another... I didn't see this figurine. This person's, you're a bit naughty, okay? This person, these camera angles, the way she's sitting. I like the detail, level of detail, though. All right, now, Skyrim voice credits be like Michael as literally everyone. Male Nords. Oh my god. If this person, after they did Skyrim, never got a voice acting job ever again, I would say that's, like, preposterous. That would be crazy. The idea of never, dying system got me overwhelmed. That's funny. One could only dream to have that many, credits. Well, that's the first time I saw those kind of guys. Come back here, you bastard! Come here! It's like that one guy who did TF2 Sniper in Male Citizen 3 from Half-Life. Well, okay, to be fair, there are some people whose voices are so recognizable. That's very nice. I didn't realize it got that deep real fast. Ooh. That, yeah, they just use them because their voices are really recognizable. Though this is where, like, this is the folly of sometimes American VA. When it comes to stuff like, and when it comes to anime, like, the way, like, their voices are different than, like, video games. I'm totally on board for, like, video game English VAs, like you can tend to use them over and over again, and they even if their voices are instantly recognizable, they can usually blend into characters. When it comes to anime people though, I like recognize like English VAs pretty quickly, and I'm like, I can't think of you as X person without thinking of other X character. Oh, someone messaged me? God. And I will say I do have that same sentiment with like anime, with Japanese voice actors, but for some reason I like do a better job at like letting them be the character rather than associating them with someone else. Bryan Cranston is forever Heisenberg. Yeah, that does happen. Someone's talking about Genshin to me, and I like talking about Genshin too. Okay. Did you know Megumin and Emilia ReZero are same voice actor? I have not watched ReZero, so I wouldn't, like, if you were to send me some people's voices, I probably would be able to tell you, oh yes, I have heard that before, but I don't listen to that many dubs, so it would have to be something like from a game. Hey buddy, there's a lot of anime out there, John Smith. I know, kid, I know it's not even new, okay? I got a lot of stuff I have to catch up to. I am like literally just starting to watch JoJo because Zach asked me to, okay? And that was after I finished watching, I did not fully finish, but I was told to watch up to season, I think, 3 of Haikyuu, okay? And I finished that. I'm old, okay, John Smith? Do you know how, like, long it takes me to actually finish things now? Let alone start them? Plus, my capacity to actually watch things is, like, diminished not only because of time, but because of what I have, like, what I'm willing to watch.
Momo, I caught it. I'm getting really good.
With me cheering you on, nothing's a challenge for you.
Okay, you're gonna have to, hold on. I may have to check if that one sounds a little familiar. Oh, you've just opened up a pivotal memory for me because I have watched this Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and this is actually one anime that kind of annoyed me, but it's because of the main character. Though maybe they're one of like the voice. I don't know if you're just asking me about animes now or you're like trying to link up a voice actor. Go on, girly. Okay, let me break this down for you. I tend not to like... I'm fine with, like, bratty characters. I tend not to like bratty characters that are given so much power that you literally have to defer to them or, you know, basically follow their every whim to appease them, even though they're being kind of a jerk. And that's essentially what, you know, the Melancholy of Haruha is, right? I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay? And so, like, if you have anybody who's, like, that type of, like, bratty character, I'm willing to have this, just not in, not wrong. She's basically, that's the thing, she's basically God. And so everyone else is like, we have to make sure we don't piss her off, or she'll just destroy the world. And I'm like, I would hate this girl in real life. Like, she doesn't actually listen to other people. She's selfish. Yeah, and this is a long time ago, so I'm sorry if I'm forgetting, like, character plot or character arcs or whatever, but that's what I mainly took away. That's, like, my main memory of this character. And, like, the poor guy that got dragged into, like, all of this stuff, too. So, yeah, I do remember it, though. It's,
Momo, you gotta take one on the left.
She didn't want summer to end, so the same episode repeated for 8 episodes. It's like, oh my god, the most immature, selfish, like, person. Really? And I mean, that is like a plot point, you know? I guess, right? It's just that type of character's annoying. Oh, I gotta... I want to get some stuff. You guys, leave me alone. I'm trying to do things. I will read your statement in a second. Okay. Imagine being on summer break and wanting to watch the new Haruhi episode on TV, and for 8 weeks for all of summer, it's the same bloody episode. Oh man, it's one thing to oh, completely missed it. It's one thing if like all of an anime is already out. It's another thing to like, yeah, if it's like still coming out and it's the same thing. Oh gosh. Hello, vagabonds. It is I. Get ready to die. Or I guess I'm gonna be the one to get hurt. Oh, I totally did not notice that was a pointy dude. Goodbye. So yeah. I'm more against the character, if anything. And that kind of character ruined. It's kind of like, you watched Toradora, John Smith? Nope. Let me instantly trigger your PTSD Steins Gate lead Angel Beats. So let me tell you. There are 3 separate statements happening here for me. I have not watched any of these. But all 3 of these, I'm like well aware of them. Steins Gate, generally my bad. Steins Gate I know is like I think really good and I probably should watch that. To Elfenlied, I think it's a bit too gory for me. I think it's probably a little too horrific. Angel Beats, I don't want to cry anymore. John Smith, I want to be happy. To say the least. I'd like to be happy. Skynet is really good, but just hearing the name makes me sad. Oh no, I don't want to be sad. But okay, no, let me just make sure. Have you seen Toradora? I just need to make sure I'm not like if you messaged or if you responded to that, I need to make sure I'm like same wavelength. The tragedy hits even harder when it's written good. That's the thing. That's the thing. I know it's so good. I just don't want to be sad anymore. Here. You bug. I see some of Toradora. I didn't finish it. Okay. I think, honestly, even if you've seen some of it, it's probably good enough to, like, convey this thing. Toradora, when I first watched it, I was like, okay. The older I've gotten, the more I'm like, I don't mind tsunderes, but she is actually legitimately just hitting this guy. Like, she's actually, this is like a level of abuse. The way she's like, gets embarrassed enough to punch this dude. So like, after some time, I'm like, I'm actually a little annoyed at that level of tsundere as well. I feel like we just got glitched a little bit. Okay. I'm like, trust me, I'm all for, like, tsundere characters are fun, but when it is actual abuse and, like, punching people, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm a little over that. Domestic abuse is just Gabmo. No, it's not! Like, trust me, there are so many things I'm, like, willing to, like, forgive, because it's literally, this is, like, fiction. It's fantasy. But just because you're tiny, I'm tiny, doesn't mean you should beat people up. That's not even what the anime is, a freaking romance. It's supposed to be romance. It's not a fighting thing. It's not like Windbreaker, okay? There should be no reason you're punching him to such a, like, a harsh degree. Okay, let's get over to, there's like a solitary island somewhere in this direction. That's our intro island. Let's go this way. I get that, but I don't like when people start saying it's problematic and no one should watch it. No, you can watch it. You could totally watch it. I just get a little uncomfortable. Now I'm like, you're just kind of hating him. That's fine, I guess, though. Not for me. Yeah, it's just fiction. So, luckily enough, I have free will, so I don't need to watch it if I don't like it. That's like a thing with the other ones you just mentioned, where I'm like, I know Angel Beats is good. I know Steins Gate is good. I know Elfen Lied is probably, the writing is pretty good. I just don't want to be sad anymore. So, oh, we're back to this person. So that's probably why I won't watch it. There's actually rarely things that I will say that, like, shouldn't exist to be consumed, to be honest. As long as you're showing it to, like, the appropriate, like, age range, I think. It's like when the villain is evil and they say villain is problematic. Like, that's the whole point. Yes, John Smith. Agree. Elfen Lied is probably just... I know from, like, I guess in context of now, maybe, but I think when it first came out, it was like, you know, part of the first gen of stuff. So I think it was pretty impactful when it first came out. Of course, like, there are things that, like, don't stand the test of time. But, like, from what I heard, like, the story is, like, pretty impactful. Because of how, once again, sad it is. Cute. I can't see this because it's, you know, turned sideways. But yeah. Normally, I'm part of the... Like, technically, things I think should be allowed to exist, of course. It's just, it's unfortunate that sometimes the wrong person will watch, like, not the wrong thing, but, like, will encounter something that they don't have the capacity to understand yet, or just, whether it's beyond them or they're not equipped to deal with it, sometimes they take away something that's not what the message of the story is, and, like, that's unfortunate. There's really not much we can do. Like, you just try to do your best to, like, educate or, like, understand, like, the story. Like, tell people, like, or, like, I guess have the author be like, this is what the point of this story is. People are trying to hurt me. Oh. Do I have to get rid of your other stuff? Oh. This is like a mini boss. Whoa. Oh, I got him. Oh no. Now you're bringing up like PTSD stuff. Future Diary. If you're all for that, feel free. Future Diary scarred me as a kid. I was not expecting that level of just craziness. Or Madoka Magica. That was the point of Madoka Magica. But also, frick you, Madoka Magica. And not just the main yandere girl, the number 6 terrorist girlie who dressed as a nurse. That whole show was crazy. And normally it's like younger versions. Like, versions of us that see it. Your first anime was Death Note? Death Note was one of the earlier ones for me, too. I'm trying to remember what my first anime was. Oron was pretty early, too. One of my favorite shoujos ever, Kaichua Maid-sama. That was also pretty early. Naruto was pretty early. Do we count, like, Pokemon in this? Death Note was also, like, really early, but I feel like I first started with, like, Pokemon-ish stuff, and then I, like, segued. Pokemon was my drug. My gateway drug. Okay, I've conquered this island. Oh, that's lovely. Whee! There's a bunch of good ones. Luckily, recently someone had asked me, like, my list of, my top anime, and so far I've made, like, a 9x9, to which There are some shoujo, there are some shonen, and then there are some that are just, like, pretty. Good anime. Like, really good anime. I was just here because I fished. Is this a pigeon? What are we talking about? No idea. A lot of old animes are just incredibly tragic and traumatic. True! Like, but the thing is, right? I've never watched, but Fullmetal Alchemist, yeah, Brotherhood. Pretty intense. Back in the day, just like the older gen of anime, it's not that they were all just inherently tragic, but a lot of them were just also way darker, right? Whether it be the art style, like the narratives were just really heavy. Like they made really good stories that like reflected in the art. Oh God, don't put a picture of a dog. that like, oh, that's so messed up. That's so messed up. In like a really tragic narrative way, I mean. Oh God, how could you do that? How could anyone do that? What a warped person you had to be. But even stuff like, what is it? Like the old, like older Sailor Moon or older, like even the ones where it's like more geared towards like girls like being the protagonists, they dealt with like some crazy stuff. Ha! Losers. And it's like, whatchamacallit, I think, like, whenever they make remakes, right? The remakes are always, like, way more lighter, so whenever these, like, hard-hitting moments happen, you don't feel it as deeply as when it's, like, the art style isn't so sparkly, I guess. And there was a lot of sparkles back then, too. But it's not just the sparkles. That's the problem. I don't have the suit for this yet. That place looks dead. My childhood stuff was kind of crazy coded. Oh God, coded. I'm letting it go because I can't watch that sort of stuff anymore. I have too much. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was relating back to with like Angel Beats and all that. Like, I want anime to be an escapism for me, not to remind me how depressed the real world is. That's why I was like, even watching like, not the second season. Have you seen the first season of JJK? This is the one thing I've recently like watched that like has stuck with me, I guess, a little bit. Cute. It was within the first season of JJK, I guess this thing happened, but essentially, right, there was a scene where it was like kids in... Why are there people in here? Is this a multi co-op space?
Yep.
Oh, this is the thing. Oh, I understand. Okay. So what it was, oh, you put. I used to get post-anime depression after finishing a series you deeply invested. It's the same feeling as getting rejection from a love confession. That's deep, okay? There's that. So that's just about having a good experience and, like, losing it. I'm talking about the thing with JJK was, there were, like, these two bratty kind of kids in, like, a movie theater. And I don't remember who it was. One of the antagonist dudes kills them. And I was like I was thinking to myself, and I was like, I felt bad for those two guys. I'm like, even though they were kind of like jerks, like my whole mind started to be like, yeah, but they were like kids and they had families. And it's like, just because they were jerks in this one specific scenario didn't mean they deserved to die. And I was like, Jesus, if I'm like getting stuck on these two boys that have nothing to do with like the main plot of this anime, I've like fundamentally changed a bit. Jujutsu Kaisen, you watch Jujutsu Kaisen? No, not as a kid. Not as a kid. Not as a kid. No, I'm talking about me now having problems watching, like, certain things. Jujutsu Kaisen, I am not that young anymore. Me as I am now, a little bit older, still having trouble watching stuff. I probably used to be able to watch stuff. And I'm talking about the first season of JJK, okay? Let's make sure we get ourselves correct here. Yeah, just as spice. You know, so like that kind of stuff, I'm like, that kind of stuff makes me feel bad. And I'm like, I never used to feel bad. But now I kind of feel bad, and I'm like, I do feel bad because it's like, I know it's fictional, but it's also, I'm like, what can I do? I can't stop myself from feeling this way. So, yeah, not much we can do about that, I guess. I guess I just have to kind of, like, find animes that aren't like that. Or I have to just kind of remind myself, don't think about it. It's because kids have way less empathy. Maybe? I'm not sure if that's the case. I think it's not about having less empathy. It's about, I don't think they're able to understand the finality as much, maybe, as well. So it just doesn't hit them as hard, right? Like, for people who are older and who have more understanding of context and who understand, like, a lot of what people are feeling, like, we can think about that too. So, like, we take on the burden of understanding, like, the emotions behind it. I think that's just a burden of being older, I think. I would say it's a luxury, like, to a certain degree, for kids to be more pure. So it's like more focused on maybe the good, or, like, you know, justice or whatever it is. Like, you bad, I'm angry at you. You hurt someone. It's like just the principle. The principle is you've done something bad, and I'm going to, the bad person needs to be taken down. Incredibly lucky that only deaths I've had to cope with were kids in bed. That's also kind of, like, deep for sure. And now you're getting into, like, yeah, coping and stuff. I would have a really hard time coping with anything. Death related, at least. It's a little bit of an unfortunate thing. I would call myself, like, an empath, which isn't always as great as I think people say it could be. So, when stuff like people passing away, it's a grand tragedy. What's happening? I have to... Okay. I've done... Oh, this must be... The Nikki icon must be for this. Death is just something we will never be at peace with. It's just a very bad thing no matter how much you look at it. Yeah, so... And, of course, there's, like, I guess, caveats for some people who are suffering incredibly to, like, be like, okay, you know, I guess, you know, letting them go is a fine thing. Like, it's reasonable. But it's like, in my eyes, whenever I see people, even people who are in really bad situations, like, my mind then starts to be like, yeah, but they used to be a kid that had hopes and dreams before either they got destroyed, before something really bad happened to them. And then I get, like, really sad. It's like seeing old people, and then I start thinking really sad stuff, and I'm like, God dang it, stop it, brain. Yeah, you have to find a way to live with death, because it's like, if you don't, your life will just be sad. that's the thing about life in of itself. It's kind of cruel in that way. Yeah, at least when people die older, they have had fuller lives. And yeah, and by a certain point, if you've outlived your friends, you're just alone. You know? Like, everyone that you were around, everyone that knew of you. I will say, though, the only thing that's kind of a bit of a bummer is, at least in America, America is kind of, I guess, ageist. Yeah, it's still hard, but at least they got to experience stuff. Yeah, and I agree with you. It's just what I think I'm talking about before is that, like, American society doesn't really take care of the elderly as much as I think they should. So I think that's what makes it sometimes a little harder. Like, in other cultures, like, the older generation lives with, like, you know, their families, so they're always, like, surrounded by loved ones. Yet some places just kind of, like, get into this old home and then, like, we forget about you. Okay, they're just singing. It's rough, man. It's a real rough. And then, because it's... Ooh, I think it's also... Some of the stuff, too, that happens in modern day as well is, Well, actually, let me read what you wrote. Yeah, because capitalism... Yeah, capitalist Darwinism. You're either useful or better off. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough in that regard. And it's even crazier, too, because there are some things,
Nikki.
that happen in life that when it happens in life, right, whether it be, you know, mass sickness or, like, a bunch of other things, like, that are really tragic, people tend to make countermeasures immediately right after. But the longer you go from that initial event happening, the more sometimes people become lax with, like, prevention of such a future event because they're so used to not having it. It becomes quite difficult to convince them that X thing won't happen again. If you're not making money, you don't matter. Yeah, basically. And there's some but the thing is too, there are some old people that, like, still work, which is good on you if you want to do that, but if you're forced to, that's I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
You came to Serenity Island too. Hey, your bell is still...
The doggo is leaving.
Wait! Momo, wake up! That strange puppy PC is here. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Yeah, so that's something I wish America would do a little bit better.
Trying to lead us anyway.
He seems to know this place.
Oh.
He must be native to Serenity Island. But why have no other PCs seen him before?
Are y'all
I
blind?
think he's guiding us somewhere.
Oh.
Terra, here again?
Ah, Granny Bubbles. Until the heart of spring is restored, I can't scrub a single PC.
Those infected PCs you sent over are fine, but you're the one stressing every day. Your fabric has gone all rough. Come by the bathhouse sometime for a proper soak.
Once I've sent all our infected PCs to Steamville, I'll definitely swing by. I'll let Macy handle all this.
Granny looks cute. Granny Bubbles.
You stubborn PC. Worried about everyone, but still acting like you don't want the responsibility. Fine. I'm heading back to prepare for the Bathing Bliss Festival. Once you've sorted these issues, everyone will soak and scrub to their heart's content.
I'm glad you like the
If
granny.
only the Guardian was still here. Holy cleansing lotion! What? How are you here?
Holy cleansing
I
lotion.
mean, what nice weather tonight.
Sorry, Tara. We weren't trying to eavesdrop. We just happened to be passing by. We overheard you talking about sending the infected PCs to Steamville. Did something happen?
I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but you also say suspicious stuff. So tell me now what's happening.
I can't hide this for much longer. I might as well tell you. The thing is, the Rainbow Spring therapy completely failed.
What?
Granny Bubbles and I just can't work out why the therapy that saved Serenity Island before is completely useless now. We scrubbed and scrubbed the infected PCs in Rainbow Spring water. I even used my best scrubbing techniques, but the contamination won't budge, not even a little.
I totally eavesdrop in game. If you weren't able to eavesdrop in games, John Smith, then what's the point? Okay? That's the whole point of us having autonomy to move our characters in games. Yes, exactly.
I have no choice but to send them to Steamville to try their crystal salt baths. It's made from a super concentrated, crystallized essence of Rainbow Spring water. It just might work.
But the path to Steamville is cut off.
Yes, like a threadbare cloth scrubbed once too hard, a single tear is all it takes. Earlier, when you asked to talk to the infected PCs, I turned you down because I didn't want you to find out that the therapy wasn't working.
Why, Tara?
Sorry for
Do you think we would judge the fact that the thing isn't working? Huh?
We get it. You were only trying to avoid causing panic. What matters is the repair and getting the infected to Steamville.
We can help.
Ah, such a kind human and noble Momo. But the
Momo,
hardest
you are a
springs
cat.
buds have been
Maybe
tainted
without a
with
nose,
essence.
without other
We
stuff,
haven't
but you are a
found the
cat.
contamination
Which is
source,
also really
let
weird that
alone
Momo does
figured
not
out
have a
how to
nose. But, you know, I
purify
guess we live with you know, horrifying things every day.
Purify? That's what Nikki does best.
I have a purification ability. Let me try.
Oh, honored guests! You're truly more valuable than aged cleansing lotion and bubbles.
As long as we can use
If
you.
you can resolve this issue, anything that Soakville can possibly offer is yours.
Oh, never mind, that's
I'll give you...
She's willing to give us literally everything.
I'll give you my title of scrubbing champ.
Honestly, though, I think she was fine getting rid of that because she's like, I want to retire. Let me leave.
That's the most valuable thing here?
Such an important title shouldn't be given away so lightly. Don't worry. I, the purifying champ, will definitely solve this contamination problem. Speaking of which, we do have a small request. We ran into that puppy PC again earlier. Have you seen him anywhere?
Huh? Oh, no, I haven't. I asked wherever that puppy came from. It's even harder to figure out than my secret 18 scrubbing techniques.
18
So
scrubbing
strange,
technique.
but
I only know
most important
0.5
thing now
scrubbing
is
technique.
resolving
How many
this
scrubbing
hardest
techniques do
spring
you know,
issue.
John Smith?
I'm counting on you.
Because if
When
it's
morning
if it's
arrives,
past 18,
I'll have
then
Bootsy
oh
show
my
you
gosh.
around. Hopefully we can get this.
We gotta find that puppy. Let's go. Let's get him. Ooh, puppy. Ooh, PC. Good boy, PC boy. You know 3? Nice, dude. I don't know what the minimum should be, but 3 sounds appropriate. Left, right, yeah. Crisscross circles up and down. Nice, nice. That's really funny. I was gonna be like, yeah, side to side. Circular motion. Crisscross is interesting. I guess you go like one way and then you go the other way.
It's getting late. Bootsy probably needs some rest. Let's come back after dawn.
That's me after dawn. Bubbles. Hello. Okay, we're just gonna do this
It's
now.
getting late. Bootsy
I also do
probably needs
sanding.
some rest.
Those are very
Let's come back
useful.
after dawn.
That too. Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, there are, like, rubbing procedures people have in the shower that's basically like sanding your body. Oh, you are...
That's incredible.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't sand things. I could believe you. You could be right for all you know.
It would be great if you could fix the heart of the spring. I can't wait to find Auntie Jasmine and the others.
Is that a friend of yours from the village on High Stone Tree? I think it's called...
Steam
I remember.
Blingville.
It's called Steamville. Steamville and Soakville. I think I figured out the naming strategy.
Yep, the next one should be Soapville. I agree.
Maybe I'll rename my
And it
hometown
also
and say I'm from
starts with S.
Nickyville.
Nikki, that's kind of crazy, okay? That's a motif, not a person, okay? Get it together.
What an amazing name. How about I include a character from Nickyville in my new novel? Someone with powerful purification skills
And a
super cool
cat, like...
companion.
I don't know what crisscross would be, but you do sand either up or down in circle. Well, crisscross. Not sure.
Bootsy.
That's right. If you ask me what the best thing on Serenity Island is, I'd say it's
Stories and friends. Yay.
So, is your favorite thing sharing stories with your friends?
That's right. Every now and then, my friends and I get together at the Bubbly Tales Club to share all kinds
Oh, I
of
wonder if
stories.
this Pisces is the friend of the other one that left and never returned.
We planned to meet in Steamville this time with Ash, Murmur, and the others. But then the Heart of the Spring issue came up and it got postponed.
Or was her friend named Murmur? I'm not sure.
That
That was a
sounds
little
like such
while
a
ago.
Fun event. What's the story you're preparing?
Da-da-da-da! It's
I have a
my
tablet
favorite
holder to hold my
adventure.
tablet in bed so I can lazy
It's
max,
big.
and it broke 3 times in 3 separate places? John Smith, I don't know. Maybe consider that the product was bad. Because why would 3 places? I fixed it with super glue, 2-part epoxy, and metal clamps. My brother in arms. It may be imperative. It may be time to get a new item that won't break instantaneously.
What a scary name! A PC that hates baths. I feel like I've heard that before.
Because I said it before. Actually, I recently heard about a bunch of infected PCs that refuse to take Rainbow Spring therapy. They say all kinds of strange things. To avoid bathing, they formed a group and are hiding in the wilderness.
Let's go
Everyone
find
thinks
them
the
and
dirty
dump water
red
on
disease
them.
is causing them to hallucinate, making them act so oddly.
If it breaks a 4th time, I'll get a new one. Okay. I mean, you've already hit 3 times the charm at breaking, but if the fourth time is it for you, then
I've been
sure.
wanting to ask Tara about them to gather more story material. You two were there last time, remember? But Tara keeps dodging my question.
Casey's refusing to bathe. If the dirty thread disease keeps
Because I don't think
spreading,
there are
who
any
knows how
places I
bad it
can
could
clamp
get.
now. Oh.
It might even...
Exactly. If you
Gotta
ever
find- maybe
them,
there's an
you have to
alternative that doesn't
convince
even
them
need a
to
clamp.
return.
Nikki, we should hurry up and purify the buds of the Heart of Spring.
Yeah, on it.
I don't do that. I
Bootsy,
can't
do
do
you know
that.
where
More
the
like
buds
it.
are?
The Heart of Spring buds are scattered across the wilderness. I'm not sure where they are exactly, but I do have 2 close friends who know everything about them.
Wow, you're really friends with everyone on Serenity Island.
When you're ready, come find me at the Water Quality Lab. I'll introduce you to them there.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do some exploration of the back part of... I'm not gonna die, am I? No, fine. This, like, back island, and then I may... Ooh, hello! That's cute. And I may call it, because I'm already at 2 hours. Dose hours. Hello, goodbye. I had bought a battery-powered vacuum 1-2 months ago. Bad with it, you're fine. And instantly broke. It's a plastic... Oh my gosh. I super glued it back together, but it didn't fit, so I just taped it to... Why are they always making things that break instantaneously? Obviously, I know why, because they want you to spend your money. But still... All sometimes we need is just a little bit of dusting. Why do they gotta keep holding us down like this? For shame. That's a box. It's actually way bigger than I expected. Ooh, good stuff. Where's my case? Give me a second. As long as my, dust holder. You got it to get rid of dust, but now it's just making more dust. It's a thing that's dustful now. I do want to go ahead and get the, this outfit. Maybe I should just continue the story. The narrative. This time it was a new product and it was a design fault where they placed the dustbin released next to... See, that's the thing. Not everything newer is better. In this case, you can clearly tell that things that are sometimes newer are garbage. They're garbage and they suck. Oh my god, why? That just sounds so useless. It's like sometimes I'm like, who designed these things? And can we fire you?
Nikki, Momo, these are the water quality monitors of Soapville. Senior members of the PC Adventure Club and my good friends, Frank and Stan.
Hello.
Stan. Hello.
Wow, we have guests! A human, a big kitty, a human.
That's the thing. That's the ploy, John Smith. If it's cheap, it'll break more often, so people who are, you know, poorer will have to buy it more often, versus if you pay for something that's really expensive and it actually works. I think the actual monetary value obviously isn't worth that much. But at least it works, but they still get your money either way, you know? Didn't break in one day.
Hello, new friends with so many impressive titles.
You look identical, but you give off completely different vibes.
One's smiling and one's like depressed. I don't. Yes.
Huh? We're different? How? I think we're pretty much the same. Aren't we alike, Stan? How are we different?
Frankly, messing around like this just won't stand.
Fine, fine. You never play with me. Nikki, you three will, right? I got lots of stuff from the Rainbow Spring. Scraps of cloth, buttons, patches,
Yeah,
hair
$30
clips,
versus
and scraps of
$100
cloth.
vacuum for reference. But I think that's the sucky thing is that you shouldn't need to pay $100 for a vacuum. Like, I feel like cleaning your home is like something everyone achieves to do, right? I didn't buy Dyson. I'm still price savvy. Oh my god, John Smith. That's really funny.
Wait, why were there so many things at the spring?
And you said scraps of cloth twice.
All right, Frank. Normally I'd totally play with you, but today we've got important things to do. Nikki wants to know where the contaminated buds are.
Us too.
She can help purify
Now
them.
that we have wooden floors now, so like I definitely want to not vacuum more, but I want something that isn't attached because we've got like a main system we can plug in and vacuum. That's kind of annoying sometimes. So it's like I want just an individual thing that'll suck things up and won't break instantaneously. Dyson was $300. A $300. No, why? Why are you so expensive?
Purify them? Great. It's spread to 4 places. By the Guardian statue, in the old ruins, the Bubble Bloom Field, and the Brewing Workshop. The order
So
doesn't
just
matter,
Philips.
and neither does the severity.
Xiaomi or Samsung? I got the Samsung one. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Samsung. I didn't even know Samsung made brooms, vacuums. But it's good to know.
Order, severity.
Sorry. Since I became a water quality monitor, I've never encountered a problem this big. The buds are contaminated, the heart of spring is weak, and the paths are cut off. I
The buds are on stone trees. Stone trees are tall.
You can get the
Taller than
shiny
humans.
$30 one too. It's better than the one I bought that broke.
What?
Oh, are you saying the buds are high up on the stone trees? PCs can float up, but it's hard for humans to reach them, right?
Exactly. The stone trees in the wilderness are much taller than those around Soapville. Even we PCs struggle to float up there.
If floating isn't an option...
Spring blooms, of course. We can whoosh, fly right up there with those.
I see. Follow me.
Okay, nice.
There are many small spring blooms growing on the heart of spring's roots. When awakened, they shoot small water
Never mind, y'all have
spouts,
tariffs. Now
similar
it's
to those
probably
from
more
the
gonna...
heart of spring
Don't
itself.
remind me. Oh, I had to like, I ordered stuff, and it was for like Genshin merch, so it came from China, and, like, it was about like like under 300, you know, and the shipping cost ended up being above 100. I'm sad. Bozo should have voted better. Okay, hey, it's not only on me, okay? There's a lot of things people are dealing with in this country, which I'm not gonna comment on. Some of it's weird. All I can say is, you know, it's not my fault, okay?
Master riding the spring bloom water spouts and you'll be able to reach higher places and move around the wilderness much easier.
Whoosh! Plop. That plop. It wouldn't happen to be the sound of us falling.
No wonder you're a senior explorer in the PC Adventure Club, Frank. You really know your way around the wilderness.
Thank you. Now that we know this,
I just
I'll
want
be
my
able to
Genshin
purify
stuff.
those buds in no time.
I just want my Nuva ladle. That's all I want.
Be careful out there. Stay safe.
Nikki, have you figured out how to use the spring blooms to get around?
Yeah, I can acquire a Spring Bloom Awakening outfit, and then use their water sprouts to reach the buds way up high.
Oh yes, give it to me. Look at that. Hell yes. Hey, how does one do this? Is this something? These are fragrances. Oh, incorrect. Where's select all? Oh, yay. This feels nice to be able to acquire a lot of things at once. Did I play Half-Life 2? No, I don't think I was sentient when the first Half-Life came out, so I was not attached to Half-Life. I do not know of the half of the life. I know that, what is it, Axel or something was really popular. Is that how you pronounce that? A-X, like, Y-L? I don't know. But that was also, I thought that was also like VR or something? I don't know if I remember that. I've heard about it. What was I planning on doing? Not
Spring
this.
Bloom
Evolution.
Awakening outfit is good to go. Now we can move around much more easily. Let's head to the first contaminated bud.
Oh, interesting. What a weird outfit. Okay, what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna have to do this. Incorrect. I clicked on the wrong thing. It ends on a huge cliffhanger, and before the story logically would end... So lots of people would joke Half-Life 3? What's Half-Life 3, please? This is cute, but we're gonna change everything about this. Now I'm seeing more Half-Life 3 announced posts, and people I trust are saying, seriously are saying, it's from a reliable source, but I just don't believe them anymore. See, it's better to not have false hope, okay? Better to, for you to not have any expectations, and then to be surprised. Real, when GTA 6 released, I said I was gonna be delayed. By this point, you just, I think it's an expectation, you know? It's an expectation of something being delayed. Does this count as one of the ones that I can change? No, it does not. Sorry, young lad, I cannot change you, so you will be rejected. Announced yet not released, and this week it got delayed. Well, with big games like this too, I don't know, just like the whole way everything's been like going down, it's just like, no way, right? Like the expectation is that like for sure you're not gonna get it. Or not as like, you know, early. Do we have any orange ones? Maybe I'll unlock this one. Is there anyone that looks like orange? This is like pink. Not what I'm talking about. Like, what AAA game in the last 10 years hasn't gotten delayed by at least 2 years? Get real. See, you're just being what we would call realistic. You know? I agree. Ooh, I do not want to use that for this. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh my god, Duplosion can't delay Dina. Sure, yeah, you're completely right. Good job, you've done it. Bravo. So, that's how you come in with an A plus tier joke. I wonder if I should do this. I can, just the color of this. You can't actually, it's called a ring? Oh no, he Uno reversed you. Hey, and also, I've got no, like, dog in this race, okay? Y'all are the ones dealing with that kind of shenanigans. I'm being nasty, so. Don't go in on that. We don't endorse these things. It's okay. Respectable. We understand. Everything will be okay. Dark one definitely better. I like everything else about this dress, so I don't necessarily... Sorry, did something up here change? Oh, it did. Okay. The channel does not endorse etching. Hey, man. Okay. Well. Sure. You're right. We endorse complete satisfaction. That's what we do. No one's gonna feel bad on our watch. Oh, I am not changing that. Why does this keep on, like, giving me such weird camera angles? Exiting this rabbit hole. Duplosion, you walked straight into it, okay? Don't think you like, you sauntered in here all innocently. Okay, we're gonna save this for now. Oh, God. Y'all are funny. There's like a better bottom. That makes me feel less disappointed in this top and bottom combo. Sorry about that. It was my little sister's turn on the keyboard, Mom said so. I also exited the hall before finishing Duplo. Duplosion, you keep on walking into it, okay? You gotta be careful with where we put our I don't know. I'm not good at this game, but apparently John Smith is. Find this being like been kind of, that definitely will not work, as you can't even see it. It's interesting how that disappears. Okay, we're gonna forget about this part. Yamete Kachat-kun. Duplosion's drowning. Okay, we gotta save him. We gotta save him from drowning in questionable things. John Smith is dancing. I can still go with this. Maybe not with that, though. Maybe with this? Ooh, we're hitting our stride here. It's okay. We are a wholesome channel. We endorse cute things like Nikki, okay? Just enjoy the freaking fashion. That's what we like, fashion. Ay, ay, ay. See any flowers here? Anything that looks nice. That's nice. We like nice things here. Nobody think of anything else. We are wholesome. I like the other one better. Oh, we can't really put on any... We can put on that. I stand corrected. We could also put on this. Like a tiny acorn. I mean, I could fix that. I could fix a lot of things. Now, this might lend... Like, this might destroy... Because what happens is they still have bugs with these. So if this dies, we're just stopping, okay? Say goodbye to my little friend. We're gone. Say goodbye to me, I guess. That's the... What are we changing now? I'm gonna exit the house tomorrow because of an exam. I haven't left my room in so long. Come back to the outside world, John Smith. You need to experience sunlight. The grass. Okay, I'm sorry. What on earth is changing here? Oh, no, I see it. Okay, you can stay the same. You're fine. Can also stay the same. No! You must, John Smith. It is your destiny. Watch out for pollen. That is true. That is a serious complaint I've heard from people. Watch out, because that will destroy you in, like, a way that's not so nice. I'm already an antihistamine, it's okay. But are you sure, John Smith? I've heard bad things. Oh, great. This is the thing I wanted to change. Oh, what's happening? What are we doing? Don't really have any green in this outfit, so I'm gonna, like, take that off. Okay, look at that. We've retained 2 elements of the previous, like, outfit. Oh, this is probably for this, right? Okay. Oh, we got that. Flowers casually releasing bioweapons to reproduce. I know. See, the thing is, what I've heard is that when it came to, what is it? Oh, excuse me. When it came to, like, city planning, what they did was they took the male version of a tree, because if you took the female version of a tree that has, like, the fruits, that would have been way too difficult to clean up. So they took the male version of a tree, which has all the pollen. Now without the female version of the tree, you know, taking in that pollen, we're just left with category 2, you know, exponential pollen, like, release. So you can thank your city for that as well, for doing that. Your city for ruining everything. That's what cities do best. You said females and males? I thought every flower was both female. No, there are some male and some male flower parts. Yes. I remember that from middle school biology. The question is, what am I looking at right now? Okay. You don't want any of this fancy garbage to get in your way. Ooh, very nice. It's all coming back to you? Is middle school, you remembering middle school? Now, Duplosion, the middle school biology class? I think it's a little more. I'm gonna see if there's any other hair I'm willing to do. Is there anything that reminds any of us of, like, green sprouts? My brain got rid of that bit of schooling to make room for anime. Contrary to popular belief, it might be useful to retain some information does apply to the real world. That's also pretty. I do like the green one. I remember a lot of stuff from school because I thought science was cool. Yeah! We should encourage kids to find these topics interesting, even if they barely use it in the future. I don't remember history or grammar, though. Hey, there is a lot of history. I think as long as if you know, like, the basics of history, then it's like, sure. I think I'm just gonna go with this. There we go. Let's save. How exactly am I supposed to search for buds? You got it. We're gonna try this, and then we're gonna see what happens. History classes aren't about basics. They're about memorizing dates and wars. Yeah, I mean, I think it should be, like, if you memorize... Oh. Like, I think it should be, like, you should know what each century, kind of, what happened. But, like, maybe not necessarily... Like, I don't think anyone's gonna remember the specific dates unless you're an actual historian. And you need to reference, like, the actual dates. I remember the part of history where the doctor hopped out of his TARDIS to save the human race. Yeah. See, there you go. Unless you actually, like, make, you know, stuff that interesting, people are not gonna remember. Like, my friend recently just talked about, like, the fact that him playing Assassin's Creed Unity helped him remember the date of, like, the French Revolution. That's how you make people remember things. That's how you make kids remember things, by making it, like, sick. Like, the thing is super cool. Let me... We found one! I might change the outfit one more time, because it does seem like it's a bit more pinkish than green. Even though my stuff had orange on it. Anyway. Okay. I have set out and accomplished what I have wanted to do today. Oh, hold on. You bastard. Come here. Hello. Very nice. If the teacher made us a DIY guillotine and we executed a school principal, would you think that would have helped you remember when the French Revolution took place? Okay. Well, here we are to the ending of this. All I can say is, kids, stay in school in terms of actually try to learn something. If your school is kind of stupid and useless, I don't know really what to tell you. Hopefully, maybe find other avenues to learn. But yeah, thank you, John Smith, for hanging out with me today. Duplosion, thanks for coming in at the end. Yeah, hopefully I'll catch you guys at a future point in time. I have a song for today. Where's my song? Music. There it is. Okay. Bye, everyone. Goodbyes. Goodbyes. My Nikki says goodbye, too. Goodbye. Bye-bye.